Once upon a time, the royal household was filled with laughter, loyalty, and the sight of two brothers, William and Harry, who seemed utterly inseparable. They were the golden duo of the monarchy, as close as brothers could be. But now, that bond is fractured, and one man who lived behind the palace walls has decided to speak up. Grant Harrold, King Charles's former butler, has written a tell-all memoir, and what he reveals about the Windsor family will leave you stunned. Subscribe for more fame insights, because this story is one you don't want to miss. Grant paints a vivid picture of life before Meghan Markle stepped into the palace corridors. William and Harry, he says, were not just brothers. They were best friends. They spent their days riding motorbikes, pulling pranks, and even sneaking into pubs like ordinary young men. For years, Harrold describes them as inseparable. But everything shifted when Meghan came along. According to him, Harry's life transformed overnight. His loyalty, his focus, his entire world pivoted toward Meghan, and in that transformation, the brotherly bond began to crack. The revelations don't stop there. Harrold insists King Charles no longer fully trusts Harry, fearing that private words could one day reappear in a book, a Netflix series, or a podcast. To the monarchy, trust is sacred, and once broken, it's nearly impossible to repair. And perhaps the sharpest sting? At Harry and Meghan's wedding, Prince Philip reportedly leaned toward Queen Elizabeth and whispered with relief, "Well, that's finally over." A private quip, but one that speaks volumes about the tension within those gilded walls. But Meghan, Harrold says, wasn't just a new addition. She was a disruptor. He recalls her trying to move around engagements and arrange personal plans as though royal schedules were flexible. To Meghan, it may have felt natural. To the palace, it was unthinkable. Harrold even describes her as arriving with the dreams of a Disney princess, only to clash with an institution that doesn't bend easily. Behind the polished smiles, there were staff rivalries, whispers of jealousy, and the growing realization that Harry and Meghan's path was diverging from the rest of the firm. Harrold predicts there's no real road back for the couple. Not after everything that's been said, written, and broadcast. Meanwhile, he envisions William's reign as leaner, stripped of unnecessary traditions, focused only on himself, Kate, and their children. A monarchy redefined for survival. In the end, Harrold's words peel away the glamour to reveal the truth. Love, loyalty, and legacy are colliding inside the world's most famous family. And the question remains, will history remember this as a tragedy of lost brotherhood, or as the birth of a monarchy reborn?